Hey guys, so your daily art compliment for today is, it's really hard to be me, which is why I need you. So today is going to be a makeup rewind, and yeah, this looks ridiculous, but I couldn't find a bobby pin to pin my bangs back, so we're just gonna deal with it. And also, my eyebrows didn't really do what I wanted them to do today, so just leave it alone. I understand, I already know. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about contouring, because there's so many videos on contouring, and I have watched so many videos on contouring, and I still don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. And I've done a lot of practice on my own, and I found some things that the videos never really talked about that I thought I would share with you guys. Because if you're not a beauty guru, some of those videos, it's like, oh, just do this, and then they do it, and it looks good, and you're like, what did they just do? So, first thing is that you need to understand it's going to take practice regardless, because everybody's contour is different, not even just based on the shape of your face, it's based on like everything. Like for me, I prefer a more subtle contour as opposed to what you see the girls do in the videos, because when I do my contour more dramatic, it looks so fake on me. But when I do a nice subtle contour, it looks a lot more natural, and I just think it works better with my skin tone. So first things first, if you're going to contour, obviously that is what you're watching this video for. The first mistake that a lot of people make when they are contouring for the first time is that they get a bronzer that is too dark. You do not need a very dark color, just like a couple shades, not even a couple shades, probably like just not very dark, because you can always build up product and make it darker. But if you just start with like, I don't even have anything. Yes, I do, because this is my first mistake I made. If you get something that is this color, that is like so much darker than my skin tone, and it's actually really orange. If you look at the one that I contour with now, you see how much lighter that is, like not much darker than my skin tone, and it gives me a really nice contour. So darker does not mean better. That is the first step. The bronzer that I use is Too Faced Milk Chocolate, and it smells like chocolate because it's made with chocolate, and it's wonderful. This is my favorite thing ever. And the next thing that I use is you can use a brush, or you can use a beauty blender, and I use both because I found with a beauty blender I can make a more definite line, and then with the brush I can go in and I can soften it and make it look better. So when you are doing this, you can try doing more subtle and build up to more dramatic and see where in there you fit, because everybody is different, and with me a dramatic contour just looks too fake for me. But all you people that can rock that, like, you're awesome. So I already did my highlight, which is why my face actually looks slightly contoured already, because my highlight is all like liquid, like gooey, and my contour is, my bronzer is powder. And so if you do powder first and then try to put like this is what I use, the e.l.f. concealer is what I use for my highlight, and you put this over powder, it looks really bad. Like this, I mean, you can tell I'm wearing makeup, but I mean, like, it's not really noticeable. If I put this powder, I'm gonna put it on my hand. If I put this powder on my hand and then I cover it with a wet product, it just, I don't know if the camera will be able to show it, but you can really see where I put that, and it just does not look good. So that is why I typically don't really put your highlight on first, but I do my highlight first, and then I do my bronzer. So first thing is you get your color, which is not going to be too much darker than your skin tone. This is the highlighted part, so like, see, it's not that much darker. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender, and I'm going to run that in there, and then you're going to make some weird faces. You're going to go, and you see where it gets dark right there is where you're going to put it. Start at here, and you don't go very far in. Like so. You do it on the other side. I'm going to use my actual mirror so I do this correctly. Like so. And then you're going to want to contour, like you're going to want to put it around pretty much the edge of your face. You can do the 3 method, which I think works pretty good, but you're just going to want to do around your hairline, because the point of contouring is to kind of manipulate the way that the light hits your face to make it look the way that would be perfect lighting for your face all the time. So I just do this. I do more around my forehead because I have a very large forehead. If you don't have a large forehead, do not do as much, because it'll make your forehead even smaller. So anywhere that you put the contour is going to be small. It's going to look smaller, is the whole point. And then you go down and you go across your chin, your jawline here. And for me, since I've kind of got a little thing here, I usually just kind of do that, kind of build a shadow there, makes it look nicer. And then I'm just going to I should actually use my mirror, because if I just use my camera, it's probably not going to look the way that I really want it to look. I always cover the freaking camera with my mirror. So then this is what we've got going here. Remember, you can always build up color. It's really hard to undo color. So I'm just going to pull some more in there. Maybe just a little, pull it in a little further. And then I like to contour my nose. I mean, I really don't have to. I just think it makes my contour look a little bit more like finished. And how I do that is I take this, and you don't start all the way down here. You want to leave this part because it just won't look right. So you start from up here, and you go up, and you go to your eyebrows, and you bring it down like so. And then you want to do the same thing on the other side. This also takes practice to make sure that it's even and not all wonky and weird. Gonna do that right there, and then you want to put it right under here, like so. See, is that even? Yeah, it's even enough. It's pretty good. So see, you already really can't see it in the camera very well because of the shadowing, but that's all you're trying to do, is make a fake shadow on your face. And then you're gonna take your brush. Actually, I'm gonna start with my nose. I'm going to take this brush, make sure there's nothing on it, because sometimes my brushes look like I didn't actually use them, and they have glitter hidden in them. And I don't want a glitter contour on my nose. And you're just going to buff it out. This is really all you got to do. It's pretty simple once you figure out exactly what you're doing. Blend it out so that everything looks natural. So there you go. You can already see a difference there. And then I'm going to take this brush. This one is just a power brush. This is It Cosmetics. And you're just going to do this. Blend it out. Go up here. I like circular motions because it really spreads the product. And you're just going to buff it out until it looks natural. You don't want a harsh line. You want it to look natural. And you highlight what you want to stand out, which would be your cheeks, the bridge of your nose, and up right above here, this little area, and sometimes your chin, but my chin I don't need to because it just sticks out enough on its own. So you're going to blend this out all over, get under here, blend it all nicely. Remember, you can always add more product. It's not really easy to undo without starting your whole face over. And then the reason that I didn't go very far is because when you go like this, you're going to pull it further out. So you want it to be better. You don't want to bring it all the way to your mouth. And you just figure out what level, like you do this a few times and figure out what level of contour you like. This side is always more difficult for me because I can't, and when I hold the brush with this hand, it just looks just weird. But, you know, you do what you can. Blend it all out. And another tip that I have for when I'm doing my bronzer to make sure it looks more natural and not so harsh is I actually wear glasses. So I stand a little bit away from the mirror, because when I'm all up here and precise is when I make too harsh of lines a lot of times. And I kind of stand back a little bit, which is why for buffing this out, I'm not using an actual mirror, I'm using the camera, because then you can really see like how it's looking from further away, because I find when I do it close up, I make way too harsh of lines and I am just too focused on the little parts, so that when I back up, I'm like, whoa, that actually does not look the way that I intended it to. So you do it from far away here, and then you check in the mirror and make sure that up close it does still look good. But I find that it works a lot easier for me when I'm not focused on one little spot. And you just blend everything out here nicely. You can contour any parts of your face. You can contour your nose, you can contour your lips, because I have little lips. You can decide what form of contouring works best. Some people don't do down here. You don't have to do it on here if you have like nice chiseled area. Some people don't even really do up here. I have bangs, so I don't really have to, but I do it anyway. And you just find what works the best for you. Maybe you want a more subtle contour, maybe you want a darker contour. Videos can't really tell you that. All they can do is show you the steps, because everybody's face is different. But I find that some of the things that I have shared with you, I had to learn the hard way. So now I've got that blended out pretty nicely. It does look a little bit more harsh on camera than it does in real life, but I can assure you that it is actually good. I'm missing a spot here for some reason. I also have this weird spot on my face, like right here, where it always is just dark. Like, part of my face like caved in. So when I do this side of my contour, a lot of times it always looks kind of janky. But this side always looks good. So, see, like, there's nothing wrong with that part of my face. It just is darker because of that little indent thing. So, it makes my contour always come down further. In which case, I am going to break my own rule here, and I'm going to try to put a little bit of lightening right there so that it doesn't look so strange. But once you've got that all done here, you can see it looks pretty natural. And by pretty natural, I mean like I really blend out mine. So in real life, it's not as dark as it looks on camera here. That's another thing, is all of the beauty gurus have like those special lights, and it really just pops their contour. And natural light and like not studio lighting, it doesn't always look as dramatic. So there you've got that. And then I like to just finish off on top of that with my HD powder. Just kind of set everything, and it sets my the parts of my face that are highlighted that don't have any powder on them. And when you do this, it's going to lighten it just a smidgen more. And you're just going to plop that right on there. So if you're not sure about which product will look better with your skin when you're picking the shade, you can always go a shade lighter than what you think, because you can always, with bronzer, it's a product that you can layer and make it darker. Like if I went back through again and did it one more time and then blended it out, it would definitely be significantly darker. So you're safer to do that route as opposed to getting one that's a little bit darker, because then it's going to be almost impossible to make it work right if you've got one that's darker than what you should have. So there's that right there. I'm going to take my hair out of this contraption here. Where did I put? Oh, here it is. And I'm just gonna, oh, how did it get so tangled being like that? Oh, that's good hairstyle right there. Just rock that. And then, since my hair was up like that, it's gonna be really weird looking like that. Poofed up. Alright, well, either way. Oh. Alright, so now that I've got my hair down like that, I'll get you more into the actual window light. You can see that it, what the heck, hair? My bangs like to do crazy things. But now that I'm in this actual light, it's a lot more subtle and more natural looking. Now that I've got my hair down, I've got all of the blending done, I put the HD powder on, and it actually just looks nice and subtle. You can always darken it up if you prefer to. I like it subtle like that. So there you guys go. If you have any other questions that I didn't cover in here, then you can always, you know, comment down there and I'll answer you. Also, when it comes to your skin tone, you're going to want to find, there's different, like, hues in everything. I have, like, more, like, pinkish skin. Like, it's really, pale, but it's, like, it's got, like, a pink undertone. It looks really bad when I don't have any stuff on. But that's another reason that this does not work, because this is, like, very orangey compared to, this, which is more, like, yellowy. Like, this is a more cool tone. This is a more warm tone. So you want to make sure that you put that into consideration when you are getting your product. So if you have a hard time, just go to a beauty store and ask somebody, and they can pretty much tell you what your skin tone is and help you find one. They helped me pick this one, and I'm very happy with it. I think it works really nice with my skin tone. I'm trying to think of what else to say, because I pretty much covered everything, but it feels like I didn't. But I did. So my biggest tips that I gave you that I have not seen in other videos is to stand back a little bit further when you're doing your contour, because if you're all close up in here, you're just too focused on one little thing, and then you back up and you're like, ugh. So I will in a mirror put out the little outline, but I will blend it away from the mirror a little bit so that it's not so focused. And that I think that's the biggest tip that I had. I thought I had more, but I don't. So there you guys go. That is your makeup rewind. Yeah, thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe because I'm awesome. No, I'm kidding, but do subscribe because I highly suggest it. Cool stuff happens here. And share this with your friends. And I hope this helped. Yeah, you're awesome and keep doing awesome stuff. Bye.